Happy New Year, buddies. Hey, it's Concert Buddy. I was going to take a little bit of a reprieve in the new year, gather my thoughts, come up with some new ideas, and I can do all that stuff. I was going to take a break from making videos for a hot minute. However, just when you think you're out, they pull you back in. And I thought what a great idea it would be to me to share my resolutions, my vinyl resolutions for 2023. So coming up after the break, I will give you a word salad of what I'm going to improve or looking to improve upon collecting in 2023. Let's go! '23 is upon us, buddies. And as some are prone to do, New Year's resolutions, I'm going to lose some weight, hopefully. I'm going to eat better, work out, read more books. We've all got resolutions. Last year, one of my resolutions was to start this YouTube channel. I've been putting it off for a long time, right, wrong, or indifferent, and I took the leap.
Big mistake.
One of my early videos along that vein was Vinyl Resolutions 2022. Now, viewer alert, viewer discretion advised. It's one of my early videos. I'll put a card here, maybe a link in the description, all that stuff. If your morbid curiosity takes over. It's not for the faint of heart. Not to say my videos now are a finished product, but there is considerable growth throughout last year making videos. All that said, I came up with some resolutions, and before I talk about my 2023 resolutions, I thought it'd be incumbent, it'd be smart to just revisit those 2022 ones real quick and just kind of measure, see how I did, right? So the first one obviously was making YouTube videos. Check. I will let you, my viewers, decide if that was a good idea, a bad idea, or what have you, maybe somewhere in between. So check that one. The second one was to, when it comes to my collection, be a little bit more reluctant to buy so many cheapies. To me, cheapies are records you can get, record shows, your locals, Goodwill, whatever, for like $1, $2, maybe $5, right? Because as I was building my collection over the last 10 years, I had a tendency to buy big when there would be a great deal, right? And then there's nothing wrong with that. And then it's not to say I didn't do that sometimes last year. It's just I wanted to get more quality into the collection instead of quantity. Does that make sense? All that said, I feel like I did a decent job. If I was giving myself a grade, I'd say probably a B, because I did get a lot of really nice, hard to find records, be it from my locals, record shows, all that kind of stuff, right? And I didn't bring as many cheapies in. So again, I think I did okay job there. And then the last one for Vinyl Resolutions 2022 was I wanted to be a little bit more disciplined in when I was bringing new records in, listening to them to processing them, putting them in new sleeves or putting them in polyline sleeves, however you want to word it. But then also, because I got a tendency, and maybe you guys can relate, I'd get records and maybe I wouldn't get around to them for a week or two, and then they would just kind of stack like on my floor. And, I don't know, I thought that was bad business. And that's not to say like I'm literally looking around my record room now. It's better than it used to be, but I still have a couple little teeny tiny stacks. All that said, I give myself probably a C+ in that area.
Wow, man.
I was a lot better, particularly when I got my ultrasonic cleaner. Kind of made a difference, because before I was using a spin clean to clean these, particularly used records. If you watch my channel for any length of time, that's kind of my bugaboo. That's my spot, is getting used records more than new records. But once I got that ultrasonic cleaner, I could hit a button to kind of do it all. Game changer, real game changer for me. Wasn't on my resolutions list. It just kind of happened serendipitously. I think I said that right. But all that said, I did a better job last year of getting the records off the floor, into the shelves, onto the turntable. All that said, a big reason why is Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame. Talked about him several times on his channel. Good buddy. I kind of adopted one of his axioms, especially with new records. Like, he was an advocate of, hey, clean your new records too when you get them. And I don't know, for some reason that didn't really register. But then obviously in the push to produce, as a lot of the manufacturers have done or did last year, chase the numbers, right? Kind of make those widgets. You've heard me talk about quality control on this channel. I don't have my hot take, I'll admit, handy, but new records, you open them right out the pack, paper sleeves a lot of times, fingerprints, dirt on it already, and it's a brand new record. So anyway, long-winded way of saying I adopted Brandon's practice of cleaning my new records too, and I feel like it's made a world of difference. So those are my 2022 resolutions. Not bad.
I have obtained the goals that many men only lay in bed and dream about night after night.
All right, so we went backward. I'm a firm believer you got to learn from where you've been to know where you're going. So it brings us to the 2023 vinyl resolutions. What does that look like? Well, resolution number 1 is I'm going to continue, and this is kind of a cop-out, I'm going to continue to build on being more disciplined, that 2022 resolution, being more disciplined of getting my collection off of the floor, new records onto the turntable, re-sleeved, record behind the jacket, all that stuff. I know there's varying opinions of what sleeves to use, of people who put the record not back in the original jacket. To each their own. I have no judgment. I do it my way. You guys probably do it your way, here or there. All that said, I'm going to build off of what I started last year. So I don't know. Technically, that's a resolution for 2023. Maybe it's a cop-out. I don't know. What do you think?
But now the forbidden fruit must be tasted.
Okay, so the first real resolution, let's just be honest, for 2023 is I'm going to get back to my roots in a sense that I'm really going to focus more on bringing more used records into my collection. Yeah, that's usually where my eyes go. But, it is a great time to be a record collector right now and listening to records, listening to music on vinyl, because there's a lot of production. There's a lot of companies making records. Great. Within that, it's easy to get caught up in the whole FOMO thing, to get into chasing records that maybe you're on the fence about and buying them for fear that they may go out of stock and never come back or not come back for years. It's easy to get caught up in that. I am guilty of that as well. All that said, one of the reasons I got into collecting records outside of the music was I love the idea of, and again, this isn't like people were throwing out records, but finding something in the wild really charges me up, but more so something that maybe is no longer of interest or service to somebody else that I could make do with or be excited about, or something I'd never seen before. So as I was building my collection over a decade ago, going to the thrift, going to digging deep in the crates at my locals, all that stuff, as I was building my collection, I just remembered that's a lot of what gave me the charge, the thrill. And I want to get back to that because, to be honest, like, my locals are great, but I really want to continue that pursuit, to continue trying to find those records. You can get new records so many different places now, but used there's not a secret sauce. There's not a secret formula. And inside of this resolution, I'm trying to scale back buying so much online. I really enjoy the record stores that are putting their used inventory online and make it very user experience oriented, making it easy to search. So that's not going to change, but I want to get back and pound that pavement. Not necessarily thrifts. The thrifts around me are kind of beat, but at my locals, or even as you've seen this channel, if you've been watching for any length of time, first thanks. I do this series called the Record Store Road Trip, where, just in my normal travels, I get out for a day or a weekend or what have you and go to record stores that aren't in my immediate orbit or not online. And so I want to do more of that, more record fairs, more record shows, more doing some of the digging, you know what I mean? Not getting on the floor and looking at the cheapies per se, but looking for the hard to find, the hunt. So I want to get back to that. So maybe that's 1A and 1B of a resolution, but more used, more back to the hunt, more organic of how I'm bringing the records into my collection.
That's why dinosaurs don't exist no more.
Let's keep it organic here. Number 1, build on being more organized in my collection. Number 2 resolution, more used, less new as best I can. I guess 3, which I kind of, again, word salad Folks, when it's stream of consciousness like this, I try to be disciplined. I try to have my notes. I have the best of intentions, sometimes the worst result. Hopefully some of you guys can relate to that.
Thanks.
So number 3 resolution was getting back on the hunt, getting out there, putting more of a focus of the find as opposed to finding online. And then the 4th resolution for 2023, the bonus, however you want to look at this, is just lean in more to the community aspect of the vinyl community. Now, that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For me, as I've made these videos and made new relationships, friendships, connections in the vinyl community over this past year, through the ability to make these videos, it's become apparent that my favorite part of doing this is connecting with people, be it in the comment section, be it on my Instagram page, be it in person when I run into people, organized or not, at record shows, at local shops, whatever. Man, that's probably the biggest the biggest win for making these videos for the past year. Anyway, I want to lean more into that. I want to really be more part of the community from that perspective. Now, there are certain parts of the vinyl community that I don't play, different types of music, different personalities, whatever. It's not that I want to be a friend to everybody and an enemy of no one. It's more of, just want to lean into getting to know people, because maybe you guys can relate, for a long time when it came to building my record collection, there wasn't a lot of people in my immediate orbit that I could talk to about this stuff. And I found that people are out there, and I knew they were on YouTube. I watched them for years. It's just a matter of, once I started doing it myself, then those lines of communication opened, good, bad, or indifferent. And man, it has been just so much fun. So all that said, really leaning in and physically leaning into the community aspect of the vinyl community. And I'll be curious, what this next year, I'm hoping to take some of my road trips, maybe go north. There's some people in the VC I'd really like to connect with that may be easier for me to go to them instead of vice versa. Record shows, I'm going to try to find more record shows outside of my normal little orbit, so to speak.
This is the instructional video that gets results.
Buddies, those are the things that have got me fired up, that brought me off the bench. Like I said in the open, I was going to take a couple weeks off. I got a couple things going on professionally and personally, that I was going to put the video making, vinyl community video making kind of on the back burner for a little bit. But man, when I was thinking about these resolutions, it fired me up. So all that said, there may be times, that I'm not making a video every single week. Be prepared, only because, like I said, I've got a lot going on. Never too busy for my viewers, so please reach out. It's nothing like that. It's just more of, I want to make sure what I'm making fills me up, fires me up, because I would hope that it would do the same for you. Does that make sense? Oh, it's a word salad situation. This is my first video for 2023, so I'm not doing it too well. Anyway, buddies, tell me in the comments below what you think. Do you have any resolutions, vinyl related, of your own? I'd love to hear them. Maybe I hate to say I'd steal it from you, but if it's a good one, I would hope that we could do some best practice sharing, right? But anyway, love hearing from you guys. It's my favorite part of doing this whole deal. Outside of the music, it's always Mazzy says it. It's the music stupid.
Hey, it's Mazzy here, and this is the music stupid.
He's 100% right on that. Mazzy, Dizzy, Snazzy. Apparently, there's a lot of names going around. Maybe he's like Prince. He's changing his name. I don't know. I'm kidding. Anyway, buddies, thank you for watching. Always appreciate it. When you get the chance, just spin it. See you soon.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Well, we out of time.